to not feel guilty and to take that time that they may need.
Almost like with anything else, practice makes perfect. And so, doing, it doesn't have to be major. You don't have to, do a whole spa day, to relax. You could just go out real quick and get your nails done. You could, tell your husband, look, I got the 2-year-old in front of her, her TV. She's good. She's fed. I'm going to go take a walk real quick. Little things that you can do just to get a little bit of mental relaxation. I think one of you mentioned that, you're not really the kind of the rest and relaxation type, but, relaxation can mean just sitting in a quiet room for 5 minutes.
Yeah, like
taking deep breaths.
Without electronics.
So, just small things, and then the mommy guilt thing is huge, and I'm a victim
very
of that.
huge.
What is mommy guilt?
Huge.
We feel
mommy
guilty
guilt is
for everything.
Feeling like
I don't feel guilty.
feeling like the worst mom in the world if you take any personal time away from your children.
Oh, that's
you feel
all
like
bad.
They're missing out. You're missing out on something. They miss you.
But it's really,
you don't love them as much.
real.
That's mommy guilt.
And okay, I can say that that's all bad because my son plays in all these different baseball leagues, and I see a lot of different sports moms who pretty much committed themselves to being the sports mom. And I can just tell they don't do anything outside of attend sporting events, take their kids to practice, go to work, cook dinner, and prepare for the next sporting event. And I know, like, with 5 extra minutes, they're not gonna find time to do anything with themselves. Like, I could just see it in the whole way they walk, talk, behave. Like,
Who's gonna put the Gatorades on ice and a slice of oranges?
It's gonna happen.
There's such a fine balance, though. I think, because everybody knows I do me, but that doing me and taking time away from my son is such a fine balance, because I know I can't be my best self and the best mother to him if I don't rejuvenate myself.
Right.
But at the same time,
Correct.
when I'm doing it, I'm like, but I could be with him right now.
Right.
I could be spending 2 more hours with him this evening.
I'm probably the only person sitting here who has no mommy guilt whatsoever.
Maybe.
I don't have.
That's
never
fantastic, though.
But I think maybe my experience is different too, because I've been a mom since I was so young. There's like part of my life.
Maybe.
I mean, I had my first child when I was 18, so it was like I've always been a mom.
Right.
So, I mean, and I didn't even do anything for myself or like spend any time away from my children until I was like 24, 25. And so now, I mean, it kind of goes back into what Sharada was saying. Like, I have no guilt. Like, when my kids are gone, or I'm away from them, I'm doing me.
Yeah.
I have no guilt. I lose no time away from my enjoyment of fun, because I know that this is something that I need. Because I cannot be the mom that I need to be. I cannot be on 1,000 when it comes to looking at that last homework problem and dealing with that last little drop of attitude and holding in that slap that I want to give you so badly. If I don't ever have that time to decompress and not have to worry about it.
Yeah.
And once I do have that time, I come back and I'm 10,000 times better than if I didn't have that break at all.
You're rejuvenated.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Exactly.
so as a doctor, what do you find women go through after the children are out of the age range of mommy guilt? Do a lot of the women find different things to take on to feel overwhelmed about?
Probably. I would say, I guess it depends on how old you mean the kids would be. If they're college age and they've left the home,
Yeah, like they
there's that
left.
whole empty nest syndrome that follows.
Oh, my God.
There's always some syndrome. If it's not mommy guilt syndrome, then there's some empty nesting that can happen too. So I think it's very important that you always have a little bit of that selfish time, because one day the kids are going to leave. They're going to be grown up. And then what are you going to do with the rest of your life?
Wow.
You have to find some things that are interesting to you, that you're passionate about, so then once they do grow up and leave, and you've raised, wonderful citizens of the nation, then you can actually go on and do things that are fun for you. So, yes, you're right. Some people, have a hard time kind of getting out of that routine of always being busy, always finding something to do, always doing things. But hopefully they're doing now, things more that they enjoy rather than things that they have to do all the time.
Yeah, I have a friend. She's single with no children, but she always finds things to nurture to the point of being 100% stressed out. Like she's always like, it might be at her job, she's trying to make sure everything is running all sweet. And then, oh man, this friend who she has, like it might be one of her girlfriends, she's always trying to make sure that she's here doing whatever she's supposed to be doing. And she takes on all these emotional commitments, and ends up stressed out. So like with something, with a person like that who has minimal real life commitments when it comes to other people, what's your immediate advice for that person?
Well, my first question is, why are you doing that to yourself? Like, what is it that makes you feel like you have to take care of everyone? Especially if they're, they're doing perfectly well on their own and successful, and they really don't have to worry about a spouse at the moment or children at the moment. What is it that makes you take on all of these responsibilities? Are you getting joy out of it, or do you just